Are we ready? I'm about to tell the story of a lifetime. Y'all can probably already tell by the title, however, I'm still gonna say it anyways. I was invited to and attended the world premiere of The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Wow. Every time I say that sentence, every time I say it, it feels less and less real, the fact that that happened. So, welcome to today's video. I'm gonna be talking about everything that I did. I tried to vlog while I was there. It didn't happen. It all just went by a little too fast for me, and it was hard to kind of like keep up with what format to film and take pictures for, so TikTok and Instagrams were prioritized over YouTube. So, but I'm going to be sitting here telling y'all about my experience of going to the UK for basically 48 hours with 2 travel days. So it starts with the invite, which I woke up on Saturday, November 4th, to an email that was sent to me at 8:53 in the morning. I'm never going to forget that, by the way. And it was sent by the same person that actually had previously invited me to an early fan screening of The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes in Toronto. And it was sent by people at Cineplex. And I agreed to the Toronto one. And then they emailed me again and they were like, actually, how does it sound to you if we actually sent you to the UK premiere of the movie? And immediately I was like, yes, that sounds great, let's do it. And so from there on, it was a whirlwind of getting everything ready, getting to the airport. And so we actually left for the airport, Pearson Airport in Toronto, on November 7th. And the plane took off at 9:30 at night. And it's about an 8-hour-ish flight. And so we landed in the UK at Gatwick at 9:30 in the morning on the 8th. And so from Gatwick, we took a train to Victoria Station, and from Victoria Station, we took a cab to the hotel. And the hotel that we were put up in was called the Great Scotland Yard Hotel. And oh my god, this hotel was phenomenal. Beautiful. My favorite thing, heated toilet seat. Hey, I don't care if that's TMI or inappropriate. It was fantastic. Beautiful shower, super comfortable beds, huge TV, super accommodating staff and everything like that. Everyone was so nice and just, it was gorgeous. So the first thing that I did when we got there, because my first event was that same day at around 6. So the first thing I did when I got there was shower, wash my hair, and then I took a nap so that because you know, the plane rides are never comfortable. So I took a nap and then got up again just in time to start putting on my makeup, getting ready, and everything like that. And then it was go time. Walked to the hotel that the event was at. It was like less than a 2-minute walk to the other hotel. And I was actually there very early, so I had to wait around for a little bit. But I was the first one there because, if anything, I am just a chronically early person. I hate being late. I was the first person to go into the event, and the first thing I saw when I walked in was just this room of red. Just a red room. And I was like, wowee. And so the first thing we had were little like hors d'oeuvres and some cocktails and stuff like that, a little reception before the Q&A. So they were serving drinks and they had some food and everyone was mingling and it was all good. So that was fun. And then it was time for the Q&A. And this Q&A, the event was called Meet Your Mentor, which I thought was kind of funny, cute, play on words, whatever. And so this Q&A involved the filmmakers, director and producer, and actually the cast was there as well. The cast had been TBD literally all the way up until we sat our butts in the chair for the Q&A. Actually, when I walked in and I saw 7 chairs there, I went, okay, well, the cast is gonna be here. That's crazy. That's crazy. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm gonna be coming face to face with Tom Blythe, Rachel Zegler, Hunter Schafer, and Josh Andres Rivera? What do you mean? And so yeah, we all sat down, we all got our pictures and whatever that we needed. And then it was time. And then they were coming in. I was actually in the perfect spot because the door was right next to where I was sitting. So I just kind of like sat my phone there and I was just watching. I couldn't even tell if the video was good. I was just like, like, oh my god, wait, they're real and they're here. That's insane. And then yeah, we had about half an hour with them and they answered a bunch of questions, and I'm actually going to be posting some of my favorite answers that they gave onto my TikTok and probably on Shorts as well. So if you want to watch those, you can head on over to TikTok or head on over to the Shorts section of my YouTube channel. But Rachel said something just so beautiful, and the way that she can conceptualize this book and this movie and these characters, like, it gives me chills thinking about what she said. And she's just so smart and kind and funny. Oh my god, she is so funny. And Hunter spoke about the costuming, which made me so happy because I am someone that is obsessed with costume design. Like, I want to go into that field of work and working in media and on costume design and stuff like that. So she talked about them, and something really funny is how she was like, when I was a teenager and I watched these movies for the first time, the Capitol outfits deeply affected me. And I was like, same, because genuinely the fashion in the Hunger Games is so underrated, honestly, because a lot of people think that it looks strange, and like, obviously it is because it's a dystopian world and everything's a little bit, you know, not, it's the same but different, you know what I mean? But I just think it's so beautiful. Frances spoke about what it was like to film the movie and everything like that. Tom spoke about what it was like to play a character like Coriolanus Snow, and kind of like what it took is that, like, you kind of, as someone you play him, you kind of have to empathize with him even though you know the things that you're doing. Josh spoke about what it was like to be Sejanus, and it was all just so surreal. And then after they were all done talking, we actually got to take a group picture with them. And I stood right next to Josh. Still don't know where those pictures are, but I was right next to Josh on the end, and I was just like, oh my god, what is happening? What is going on? Okay. Oh, brings tears to my eyes. And then after all of that, some people stayed and like spoke, but I was ushered to a different room, because I thought that's what we had to do. I thought we were on a tight schedule. Then we were served at dinner, and there was this huge table. When I walked in, I was the first person that walked in, and I went, whoa, okay, whoa. There was this huge table with tons of white roses and these trees that had black mockingbirds in them and jabberjays, whatever. And we all had a place to sit, and our place settings were beautiful, first of all. And actually, we got a little present. So we all had name cards. This is mine. It has it on both sides. Beautiful. And we had this box in front of us that had an Academy pin in it. Can you all see that? Let's see. An Academy pin. So I'm going to be wearing this when I go see the movie again on Thursday. It's actually kind of embarrassing the amount of times that I'm probably going to go see this movie in the movie theaters. I'm so serious. I can't get enough of it. I will be filming my review, and that will probably be up on Friday, the day that the movie comes out, November 17th. Simply just because I need to speak about it. It needs to be out in the world. Okay. But yeah, this was the box that it came in. All super beautiful. And the menu was interesting. Beautiful food. Looked very beautiful. A lot of it was interesting. Yeah. I was actually having a difficult time with anxiety and nervousness and stuff like that, so it was kind of difficult for me to eat some of the food, but there was a beautiful, delicious chocolate tart that they had. I ate that in seconds. It was so good. It was so good. But yeah, the dinner was great. It was fun. I didn't really speak to anyone. I was just so nervous. I was so nervous. Just not knowing what to do or say to anyone. And so I was like, let me just get through this. I need to get through this, and I need to do this. And I did it. And I'm so proud of myself. You know, I'm not a very spontaneous person. I don't really do things, obviously, like this. And so, yeah. Anyways, the dinner was beautiful. It was fun. All of the people that worked at the event, I want to thank them here. And I thank them on Instagram and stuff like that. They were just so accommodating and kind and wonderful. And I can't believe I got to experience something like that. Yeah, then the dinner was over. Walked back to the hotel. Went to bed. And then the next day, November 9th, the day of the premiere. Wake up. Actually, before we even went and did anything, my mom and I, who was my +1, we went and walked around London, went to Buckingham Palace, went to Oxford Street, because I actually had to get another shirt because I didn't bring enough fancy things. So this is gonna be kind of embarrassing. I literally thought, I was like, oh, well, we're just gonna be behind the barricades at the premiere. Like, we're not gonna be like, you know, mingling within anything else. I was wrong. I was very wrong. After getting the shirt that I got and getting dressed, and I thought the shirt was very capital. It was giving capital. It had like these black swirlies that kind of look like roses, and it was very frilly, black sheer mesh polka dot kind of shirt. I don't know. It was kind of giving capital to me, and so I was like, I want to wear that. None of the pictures look great though. I don't picture very well. So y'all, you won't really see a lot of pictures of me, because I didn't really get any pictures of myself. I was focused on getting pictures of what I was experiencing. So yeah, after getting dressed and everything like that, we got a cab to the big IMAX, and we had to wait in this line to get our tickets, but eventually got the tickets, and I was actually brought in by another person. There were two people that were helping. Chris Sanda, I think was his last name. Chris? I know his name was Chris. He helped me with everything like that. And another woman. And they got me through the red carpet. I walked right beside Josh. I literally was like barely paying attention, and all of a sudden he was there, and I was like, oh my god, Josh, oh my god. I saw Hunter answering a few questions, and then I was brought in, got some pictures taken, and then we went upstairs, and there was live music. Got a few pictures in front of the poster, one of the many posters that they had up there, and those are the only two pictures that I like of myself, because they look ridiculous. But yeah, there was, like I said, there was a band, music. It was a very small space, and it was very loud, and I couldn't really hear my own thoughts, and I was just kind of like, I was gearing to get into that movie theater because I wanted to see the movie so bad. I was literally, you know, when I was told that I was going to go to the premiere, my first thought was, oh my god, I'm going to see the movie before anyone else. I was just excited to see the movie. And And then all the extra stuff, I was like, wow, this is crazy. And so after a while, we went into the theater and we were escorted to our seats. And it's crazy because we were in the second row. The second row of this massive movie theater. We actually got some things at the movie theaters while we were there as well. We were gifted these massive tote bags that say The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes on them, and they had popcorn and chips in them, and it's actually super cool. One of my favorite things was they had still water in a can. That was great. And then we were also given this, I don't know if you could see, this pin that has the Mockingjay as well as the snake. And so that was very cool. And we were also given this guide to the Hunger Games little booklet and these very fun stickers. And basically this book just kind of has a bunch of stuff about the movie and the characters, and very fun, just paper. And then the cast and the filmmakers once again came out and said a few words. They were there for literally, I think, less than a minute. They were up there to speak to us about this movie, but it was all so exciting. Everyone looked stunning. This one picture of Hunter that I have, that's how close they were. That is how close they were. Insane. Like, and the screen was massive, and it all just, like, was so insane that I was there sitting smack dab in the middle, second row, for this movie. And to be at the world premiere was just a dream come true. And for the longest time, I thought it was just like the London premiere because they had the Berlin premiere. No, this was the world premiere of The Ballad of Songbirds and the Snakes. And I was like, what? What? Oh my god. So then we watched the movie. And it was fantastic. And like I said, I'm going to film a review and I'm going to go into more depth about my favorite things. There are certain scenes that I literally, even just thinking about them, makes me cry. As someone who's been a fan of this franchise for over a decade, I can't thank Cineplex and Lionsgate and the Hunger Games enough for sending me to this premiere, for this opportunity. And it's genuinely just so insane that I can even sit here and tell this story, because it just, not even story, I can sit here and I can tell you that these things happened to me, because this is something that I've dreamed of for years. You know, when I first read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes back all the way in the beginning of June of 2020, I literally, as I was reading the book, I was like, this is being turned into a movie immediately, and I know it. And even if I wasn't invited to the premiere or anything like that, I would still be buzzing this much about it. Like, I talk about this book, and I've spoken about it in length so many times, and it's like every time I've posted about it, nobody really cares. Nobody's really listening when I'm talking about this book. Or the movie now at this point, but it's so exciting and it feels rewarding, and it's just a full circle moment that I've dedicated over 10 years of my life to loving this franchise, and I got to go to the world premiere. And now I have something to talk about over the holidays with my family. So, but yeah, that is basically the extent. On the 10th, we flew out of London at around 9, and we landed back home in Toronto around 3. And that was that. I was actually supposed to be going to the fan screening today in Toronto, but unfortunately I can't make it because I don't live in Toronto, and it makes me sad because I really just wanted to watch the movie again. But I do have my tickets for the 16th to watch it at the movie theaters where I live, and I'm still just as excited. I'm gonna be bringing all of my swag from the premiere. I'm gonna be wearing all of my pins and just thinking, hey, nobody here knows that I went to the world premiere of this movie. Isn't that insane? But yeah, thank you guys so much, because even though I just said nobody really cares about when I speak about these books or movies, it's y'all that do watch and support when I speak about really anything online. And so I want to thank you guys. And I want to thank Cineplex and Lionsgate and Hunger Games again for this crazy opportunity. I'm never, ever going to forget this experience. And I can't wait for all of y'all to see the movie, because it's so good. And it's gonna hit you just right here. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching, and I guess may the odds be ever in your favor. I don't know.